Right, we're just gonna kick straight off into week 5. Obviously, big things, going on. Some interesting matchups again, always. I'm not gonna run through them because who cares? But more importantly, there are still some revenge games going on. There are some people that were once spoken as some of the best in the league that disappeared but are coming back now. Some tight matchups of some big name teams. So this is really going to be a 3-point swing kind of game. And I'm going to start with, obviously, because I'm a winner, I'm going to start with the Bucks at the Dolphins.
Yeah, that was one of mine.
Because Tom Brady's still Tom Brady, and I think the Dolphins beat him last time, if I'm not mistaken. Or was that no? I'm thinking of the Patriots. But yeah, the Dolphins haven't looked too great. They've had actually an improvement since the beginning of the year, but still not great.
So I took them last week to beat the Colts, and that didn't fucking happen. Because I'm not really rating the Colts like that. Have you seen how poor their red zone offense is? They couldn't get anything going. Quentin Nelson's been out, and I just really don't like their offense. Carson Wentz did come back and looked okay. Maybe being a bit harsh, but I'm really disappointed by the Dolphins. And this was one of the games that I did want to take. Although I'm not too optimistic about the Bucks because I don't think they look too good against the Pats. My opinion.
They don't, but it's against Belichick in Foxborough. And Tom, like he knows Tom. Like he said, before the game, he knows his weaknesses. So that's just one of those games you just have to survive.
Speaking of Bill Belichick, I'm taking the Pats over the Texans. Did you see the Texans last week?
I did not. That was terrible.
They had like minus yardage of offense or something like that. Their QB was getting destroyed. So newbie, because they got injuries to their quarterback room. Some guy I never heard of before got absolutely destroyed, and I'm definitely taking the Pats over them.
That is very fair. Like it's a hard one to play because I think the Pats are arguably the best 1-3 team. However, the record is 1-3.
I don't buy into that too much. Like they're
Yes, you do.
No,
yes, you do. Because when we were 11-0.
Okay, but that's different. 11-0 is different. We're talking about like first 4 or 5 games of the season. Like that Ravens field goal could go either way. It bounced off the underside of the crossbar, top side of the crossbar. Like that could have bounced either way. That was pure luck between being 1-3 and 2-2. Like that's why I'm like, okay, cool, whatever.
All right, I'm gonna swing it back, and I think pick them for the first time this year. I'm gonna go with the Raiders versus the Bears.
Ooh,
coming off a tough loss, the Bears did win. Obviously, I hope Justin Fields does well as always. I just don't have faith in the not the play callers, but the play callers. I don't have faith in the staff, and they're going to put him in the best position. And the Ravens, coming off a tough loss, previously being undefeated and showing many good performances. I think they even showed a good performance in the loss. Just so happened they were up against a better team in the Chargers. So I'm going to go Raiders versus the Bears.
I'm not going to wait for it too long. I usually never like picking against this team because they are my team. I'm taking the Titans over the Jags. Come on. If they win, I guess it's a win for me as well. But yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why this has dropped. Well, to be fair, it's because of me that it dropped. But the Titans, obviously, they're going to come back angry, but they aren't the Titans of last year. But they are still.
If they're a little bit worse than last year, they're still really, really good. And I don't buy into the whole early season hype. Like, it doesn't matter how you do it at the start of the season. It's all about how you finish, which is why I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm still not buying into the Arizona stuff. I might be the only person that likes the NFL that's not buying into Arizona as of yet, but I'll get to that when I get onto it later.
Yes, you are, but you're not going to get onto it later because I'm picking them now. I'm picking the Cardinals against the 49ers. The 49ers got injuries, and the Arizona have been playing lights out from jump, and they're going to keep the roll going. and beat the 49ers injuries. Again, a year of injuries. The year of injuries has started again. The same thing happened last year. This is happening. It's happening earlier. And there's something is not right over there. I don't know what it is. The water, the food, or something. It just keeps going wrong every year at this point.
Couple things with the injury. So the two key injuries. First one was the kicker, and that happened during the warm up. So like that's whatever. And then the second injury was Jimmy G. That was he didn't come out in the second half. And that's when Trey Lance started, and a lot of people seem to be seeing this as a blessing in disguise.
Mm-hmm. Trey Lance is good.
So
it was
annoying because they had their place kicker they had to have their punter be their place kicker, which completely fucked up my game against the Seahawks. But yeah,
and I think the Cardinals are better than the Seahawks right now. So NFL math has to happen.
No, it doesn't. We know it doesn't work like that. Cardinals. Here's my opinion. I think the reason they did so well against the Rams is because that pass rush is so good. Here's why I say that. Against the Jags, I could only remember a handful of times when he moved outside the pocket or there were some bootlegs or anything like that. Like I could only remember 3 or 4 times because I was watching the game thinking, why aren't they moving Kyler Murray out the pocket more? Because I'm scared when he's out the pocket, and they weren't doing that. And the reason he was doing against the Rams, I felt, is because there was so much pressure that he had to move out the pocket to avoid everyone, which is why I felt their offense looked so good against the Rams compared to the Jags, because I don't think their offense looked that good against the Jags. Again, which is why I'm not rating them too much. I'm treating last week as like not the norm for the Cardinals. That's my opinion.
You can't, like, that's a weird one, because you're saying, because they've had amazing games against good teams.
No, they haven't.
The Jags, when they had a bad game, it was against a bad team. And they've been doing that for years, up against the good teams, down against the bad teams. That's just how it's been. But like you said, Kyler Murray is like crazy, is absolutely crazy scary outside the pocket. When you force him to be conventional, it's kind of like a Lamar thing. That's where you want him. But you don't want to make it artificially. You want to, normally it's by having a good pass rush, you get to him quick enough to stop it. You can't outrun a bad pass rush because there's no reason to. If they're too slow to get you in the pocket, you're helping them by moving towards them out the pocket.
But Kyler is so quick that they can't catch him. They can't catch the guy.
Yeah, but you don't want to send him out when there's no reason to go out, because the defenders are out there because your line is keeping them out there. Whereas the Rams, Aaron Donald is going to get to you if you hold the ball regardless. So you might as well run. 49ers, I think they have a decent pass rush. And there we go.
So with that, I've got 3 more tiers and teams in my next tier that I want to take. And I am going to go for... I'm going to take the Cowboys over the Giants.
Yeah, that's a good one. I would go for
that. I joined the Cowboys bandwagon this season quite early. They've looked quite good. I don't think I took them against the Bucks, but I felt that second, third, fourth week I took them and they did quite well. Yeah, I think the Cowboys are quite decent this year. Yeah. Obviously, I'm not going to overhype them, but yeah.
Fair play. There's two picks I want right now. I think I'm going to let one slip, and I'm going to take the Packers again at the Bengals. The Packers have, apart from that first game, they have looked like a very good team, high-powered offense, shutting down on defense when they need to. A couple flags got the Steelers some points. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie on that one. A couple flags got the Steelers points. Otherwise, their defense looked pretty good. Apart from that first one that also could have been blown, the first Steelers touchdown over the top of Jair Alexander. It's kind of iffy, because if that flag gets thrown, Steelers maybe, if that flag gets thrown and then the last one on the touchdown maybe got onto the 1 yard line, doesn't get thrown, Steelers maybe have 3 points that entire game. So it's kind of like that's what we're dealing with here. Like, if you need the rest on your side to get you points, I'm going to give it to the defense going into the next week. And the Bengals have looked scary with Jamar Chase over the top. So they have to watch out for that. They can't let it happen 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, I mean, again, I do like the Bengals a little bit. Again, the first half, they were like the Jags defense had them on lock in the first half. 0 points in the first half for Joe Burrows in that offense. But I do think that they could still cause issues, and the Packers will be a nice test for them. I think Burrows is getting some confidence, and it'll be a very nice test for them to see what happens. Although they didn't need a field goal to beat the Jags. So that wasn't one of mine in the top tier. My next one I'm going to take is I'm taking the flaming hot Chargers against the Cleveland Browns.
That is very fair. That's a good pick. I think that's a good pick. Yeah, why have you picked them?
Because the Chargers are good and Browns aren't as good as I thought they would be. No,
The Browns aren't as good as you thought they would be.
No. I was listening to Osio Menora a couple of weeks ago, maybe about a month ago or something. And at the start of the season, he was talking about Baker Mayfield, and he was saying how like Baker Mayfield is a flat track bully. Like he'll bully like when he's ahead, and you'll see all that Baker stuff. But when he has to dig his team out from the dirt, he can't necessarily do it. Although I do remember times when he has done it before, but it's not. He's a flat track bully. That's what he's referring to.
It's not consistent. Like you can't count on it. Yeah.
And I was mainly relying on the Browns defense to really be able to win them games, but they don't seem to be playing complementary football. And I just really like the Chargers. I was high on the Chargers to start with. I didn't expect them to be this good. With the injuries that they got coming back, with Derwin James being back as well. Really nice to see the Chargers playing how well they're doing. They beat up on the Ravens last night as well.
Raiders.
Raiders.
I agree with you with the Baker thing. Another thing that I heard, obviously going in, was when he has Odell, it's kind of a problem because he focuses on Odell, as you know you would if you have one of the best receivers next to you. You're obviously going to try and get the ball to them as often as possible.
Yeah.
But the Browns' offense works better when you're able to spread out the ball. And you don't know who to, double or, chip and go and all that kind of stuff. Press, who's their main focus, their main target. That's when the Browns work the best, apparently. So, obviously, when Odell came back this year, you want to see Odell in the league, and you want to see him doing well. And obviously, he gets a load of targets when he comes back in. However, the Browns' offense seems to lose a bit of sting, whereas their defense is still flying, I guess.
Yeah,
I have already. Oh, yeah, go.
Quick question for you. Who do you think's favorites for that division now? Ravens? Who's 1-2?
I can tell you the favorite to get fired is. Who's the only quarterback that's not going to be there next year?
Okay, we know which quarterback isn't going to be there next year. I think we all know that for sure. But who's first coach going to get fired?
It's going to be a Steelers coordinator.
I thought you meant head coach. I'm like, oh,
you can't get rid of Tomlin. No,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was like, whoa.
Can't get rid of Tomlin.
Who would be the first coach fired from that division? It must be
favorites. The first coach
would it be Stefanski? It wouldn't be Harbaugh. It wouldn't be Tomlin. Zach Taylor.
Maybe he has a less name brand recognition.
Yeah, go on. It's your fifth
in terms of favorites.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, go on.
Terms of favorites, I think it's got to be Ravens.
Yeah.
Because they haven't done enough to lose it per se. Their record is still there. Second, I think people would go Bengals because they're the hot topic right now. But I think it's still Browns. But when it comes like all the way through the season, I think it'll be Browns. Second, Bengals third, and then fourth with the Steelers. However, what I really think, the Steelers are still going to come in and make the playoffs.
So what's your fifth pick then?
I've already written it down. And we're going with the Ravens versus the Colts. The Colts, I don't know what to do with them. I don't. But I know the Ravens have been squeaking out results from week 2. So we're going to ride with them. And Lamar. And I really like Lamar.
Yeah, no, good pick. Yeah, it slipped quite a bit, that one, actually. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm surprised because you hate the Colts. You hate the Colts.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. And Hollywood Brown got a really nice touchdown the other week as well.
Ooh,
So
it was sweet. It was very sweet.
I am now going to take the Panthers against the Eagles.
Damn it. I was hoping to let that ride a little bit more.
Panthers looking really good with Vanilla Vic. You seen Vanilla Vic?
Vanilla Vic. That's what you're going to call him. Vanilla Vic.
That's what they were calling him all weekend. They were calling him Vanilla Vic. I'm so pleased for Donald. So pleased for him that he's doing well. And that I like the Southern teams to do well. So I like it when like Atlanta, Carolina, Jacksonville, all the Southern teams do well.
MVP?
Pardon?
MVP?
All right, let's count down. MVP. Who's MVP? Jamal Agnew. Jamal Agnew's MVP for this year.
Yeah, no, it's definitely. I think Kyler's ahead of him.
Jamal Agnew. Have you seen those? Who else has got 200-yard plays this season? No one else.
No one should. They were trying to break NFL records, and then he just happened to capitalize on it. They outkicked their coverage.
Your 6th pick.
I don't know what to do. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I know definitely what I would do.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna go with the Steelers versus the Broncos.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next one.
Yeah, I think that's the only.
Who are you taking?
I'm going to Steelers.
You're taking the Steelers?
I'm doing the Steelers. What have the Broncos done?
More wins than the Steelers. Although I did say that earlier, but I think the Broncos are better than the Steelers. Come on, Joe.
You said the Broncos have faced no one.
Yeah, no, okay, cool, but they still actually beat teams. The Broncos. The Broncos,
Packers, who are fighting for NFC Championship right now. Raiders, who you thought could go undefeated.
Why are you putting words in my mouth? I never said that or anything close to that about the Raiders. That's something you would say.
About the Raiders? No.
Wow, that's a big call. Do you want to get your Steelers stuff out the way? No?
No, I don't have Steelers stuff. I'm just like, they need to turn it around. Otherwise, we obviously already know some people, this is their last season. It's just heads have to roll eventually, and hopefully things will click so that they don't have to. But if we're gonna lose, let's get a great quarterback. We should. I think we should have traded up for Fields last year, but we got what we got.
Let's just use these two scenarios: scenario A, scenario B. Trade for Deshaun Watson now, or wait for Aaron Rodgers next year?
Oh, I would wait for Aaron Rodgers. However,
no,
I would wait for Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, because I don't know. We really don't know how bad this Deshaun thing can go. This trial can go on for years.
Okay, let's say, of course, it becomes manageable. It becomes manageable.
Yeah. Okay, but if it wasn't manageable, there's a chance we can get Aaron Rodgers this year, have him retire, and still pick up Deshaun Watson for nothing.
No. That's no. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Let's see. If it's 100% guaranteed that they both can start week 1 next year.
No, I'm saying Deshaun Watson right now,
like
next week, or Aaron Rodgers next season. Do you salvage the season for Deshaun Watson and a longer-term asset, but with all the unknown, or do you go for Aaron Rodgers, who may only have 1 or 2 years left?
With the unknown.
Yeah, let's say with the unknown. But you can have him tomorrow.
I know that one I have to take Rodgers again, because the unknown is too big. I'm telling you, the unknown, because he's not playing this season. He's not playing until that trial. And when until the start date of the trial. And when the trial starts, depending on how bad it gets, is then here's how long he'll get banned for on the back end of the trial when it finishes. So he can be done for years. He can be done for years right now.
But we definitely know there's no Big Ben next year.
I mean, it doesn't look like there should be. We don't have the O-line to accommodate another Ben year. So I'm sorry, bro. Rodgers, come home, come home.
Home for him is San Francisco. Anyway,
No, because he's on the Pat McAfee show. The Steelers fans on there. He likes the Pittsburgh
based in
people. He's already said it.
Indianapolis. You want him to go to Indianapolis?
No, yeah, but all Pat's friends are from Pittsburgh. Pat's from Pittsburgh, so all the Pittsburgh people are buttering him up. He's being friends with him. He already said, oh, he likes the Pittsburgh fans. He likes Pittsburgh people. He likes some of their, like their cult things. That only Pittsburgh people know. He's already he's becoming slowly and surely he's becoming a Pittsburghese guy.
I had Pittsburgh enough. I've had Pittsburgh enough for the past 5 minutes, so enough of that. My sixth pick is I am going to take. No, I can let that slide one more. No, I can't. No, I'm going to go for them. I'm taking the Saints over Washington.
Cool. That was not where I thought you were going on this one.
Said it from week 1. I ain't rating Washington like that.
Oh, no, I knew you were going with that. I just thought this wasn't the matchup you were talking about when you said you can let it slip one more.
No, because there's a couple of teams I think I know the one you thought I was going to go for, but I just don't trust that other team. But yeah, I'm going for the Saints. I have a bit more trust. Do you see that Taysom Hill run last week? In the end zone where he beat like 4-5 man.
Ooh, yeah. And he said he's a quarterback. Nah, big man.
Love
if
that.
He was just faster.
Love that. I love
if he was just faster, he might be one of the best running backs of all time.
Okay.
If he was just faster. He's got that mean streak about him.
If he couldn't throw, he would be an amazing fullback. If he couldn't throw, he would be an ideal fullback.
Yeah, he would be like a use check.
Use check.
Yeah.
4 more games left, one of which is the London game this week. Jets Falcons. We got an early London game on Sunday. Is it Sunday or Saturday? It's on Sunday. Yes.
Sunday. We do love that. I'm not going to be at the game this year because I can't bother to stand for that long and I don't want to go to Tottenham. So, because I'm not at the game, I'm going to pick the Rams at the Seahawks.
Yeah, fair.
This is the one where I thought you were going to pick. I feel like the Rams have a bounce back game. Things went wrong for them. The same scenarios and situations happened as they did in the previous games. They just weren't able to convert them this week, which takes that out for me. Obviously, the pressure's off now. They can go back to normal.
I think that's my issue with all the losses is that I now get conscious about the teams I pick, and I'm like scared to pick them in case they lose again. But yeah, I'm really high on the Rams. I did let them slide a little bit just because I got scared from last week.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things. Like they said, if you watch the game, the things that them 50-50 things that normally they're able to complete, they just all
go in your way.
Yeah, all of them for some reason went the other way this week as opposed to the other weeks in which they had them. I think and you're true. It can either begin a spiral or they just bounce back and carry on as normal. I believe they're going to just carry on as normal. But the Seahawks, they're getting their emotional victories. I just don't think this week is one of them.
Yeah. It's got 2 games left. 3 games left because I already wrote mine down. Next one we'll take. I'm taking the Vikings over the Lions. Again, I don't really trust the Vikings too much to pull it out against the Lions. The Lions, do
they go winless this year?
No. They have shown some fight in a couple games. They came really, really close in a couple games, and I think they might squeeze one out the bag. I mean, it was really bad to lose to the Bears the manner which they did. But as you said, they did have an emotional game the week before that when they came really close to beating the Ravens. It was the Ravens with a field goal kick, which is why I think they could potentially cause an upset against the Vikings. But yeah,
it's one of them things. How good does Sean McVay look now?
I mean, we said this before. Yeah.
Everyone loved him before, but now he looks.
Did you see that snap? Did you see that snap? I felt bad for
as
Goff.
a D lineman, or like a blitzing backer when you step up to the line. Those are like the moments you dream of that will never actually happen to you, but the ball was just literally handed to you on a plate like
I
that.
felt so bad for Goff. I'm like, what do you want him to the fucking center?
He's
Just
literally he stepped up and is trying to, call an audible, bounces, boom,
I know in
turnover.
football you get like goal bonuses. So yeah, you get a goal. Every goal you score, you might get like a little bonus or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be really funny. It'll be really cool. I don't know. I think NFL contracts might have it as well, where you might get an interception bonus or something like that. But imagine you had an interception bonus of like 10K, and every interception you get like an extra 10K. Literally 10K just like dropped in your hand like that. You're like, oh,
Like, you can't ask for anything easier. Like that play is never going to happen to you again in your life. And imagine if they
in the
actually
red
got it
zone
back
as well. Oh gosh.
Imagine if they got it back though. You got to fire the whole defense.
Offense.
No, if the offense
the
got
offense
it back,
got the ball back.
if the offense got the ball back, you have to fire the whole defense. I believe there was a flag on the play as well, so it almost came back.
So we've got 2 games left. Arguably, the 2 complete opposite ends of the stick. You've got Jets Falcons, which is like you don't trust either one of those teams, and then you've got Bills Chief, which is arguably the marquee matchup, like the 2 best teams in the AFC.
Yeah,
who you got?
You're essentially picking the AFC Championship again, or you're picking who has the first pick in the draft. Like that, this is the options you've got right now. I'm going to switch up. I don't want to go against the Chiefs. I don't want to go against the Chiefs. However,
are you definitely choosing that game?
I think I am.
Do you know what that means?
I think I am. What does that mean?
3rd week in a row, the Falcons game has been the last pick.
And I think there's a trend in which everyone should pay attention to right now.
To be fair, it's 1-1. So 2 weeks before I got it correct. Last week I got it incorrect. So it's 1-1. 50-50.
Okay, I'll let that be your thing. I'll keep letting that be your thing.
Thanks, G. Thanks.
Yeah. It's okay. So I don't want to go against the Chiefs, but the Bills have been the most complete team this year. I think we can agree.
I know which team I'm taking.
And I'm going for that reason. I'm going to go with the Bills.
I would have gone for the Chiefs.
You would?
I would have gone for the Chiefs.
Why is that?
Because they can't lose another game, can they? Surely.
They can, because they're going to make the playoffs, then they're going to start off again.
I think Chiefs are definitely in what's the word? In sleep mode, in pause mode, in like
Super Bowl hangover.
Not Super Bowl. They're like, oh, we've done this before, like regular season. Can we just get to the playoffs?
Yeah.
And when it is this big games, like, oh shit, we've actually got a game that matters. This matters heavy in the seeding. Like we should really win this game. I'm really hoping they turn up for this. But as you said, Bills do look, apart from that first game against the Steelers, when the second half they just fucking annoyed me. They look pretty good.
What is that now? Like what? And in the grand scheme of things,
it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be anything. It doesn't have to be anything. It should just be what it is.
But why? That means they have that in them, because it's not even like, oh, the Steelers came back and then they've gone on and they've shown it against some other teams. Like they haven't won a half. Since that. I
think every team has those moments. That no team can be perfect. They just had a poor second half. Like I'm not going to read too much into like what's been happening first quarter. First quarter of the season's over, and we're now in the second quarter of the season. Which leaves me with the London game. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take, because I never learned my lesson, I like self-torture. I'm going to take the Falcons over the Jets. You know I love it. The Jets aren't going to get 2 wins in a row, are they? Back-to-back wins. To be fair,
but there's that, and there's also, this is a lot of their first trip to London. I believe they got a lot of young players in there.
Yeah.
And
Matty Ice has been there before, I think.
Yeah. Although a lot of them may not have, because obviously it's been a while, but they have, I think, a more veteran presence, which can go either way, because like the Jags go to London every year, and they, for the most part, have a younger team than the other people, but they're able to handle it a lot better, it seems. So keep that in mind.
That was an unnecessary shot on the Jags. That's it.
No, I think the Jags have a higher chance of winning London games than most people.
They still fucking lose.
Didn't they win last time?
No, we went to watch it, Texans.
We did. Oh, the Texans battered them. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
I actually want to go watch a game this year. I just don't want to pay for it, and I don't want to work it.
Oh, gee, don't we all, Joe? To be fair,
Yeah, I know.
I am
It's
considering
weird.
I'm considering buying last minute tickets for Falcons Jets. I think that could be quite fun.
Yeah, I don't have the money for that still, like recession and that.
I was going to say something, but it wouldn't have been appropriate for the.
No,
I was going to get your
it's
private information out there, but yeah, it's a bit too much.
what do you mean?
So
What
overall
private
picks,
information do I have?
your 8 picks. But you took Bucks over Dolphins, Raiders over Bears, Cardinals over 49ers, Packers over Bengals, Ravens over Colts, Steelers over Broncos, Rams over Seahawks, and the Bills over the Chiefs.
Yep.
And then I've got the Pats, Titans, Cowboys, Chargers, Panthers, Saints, Vikings, and the Falcons over the Jets. Do you know the funny thing? I felt more confident last week than I do this week. I'm not sure if that's just me humbling myself or the picks, but yeah.
Now that's a good sign. When you're not confident, it gets tight.
And watch you go 10-0 this week on games decided by touchdowns. Every game's going to be close and you fucking win all of them again.
No, I think
I got no wins in Q1.
Yeah, that's depressing. Ed, as someone who has been there, let me tell you, I know your pain. I know your pain. I know your pain. But I'd say last week I had a lot of name brand teams. This week it might actually fail me because once again I'm going to say the same thing. If the name brand don't turn up, it can get long. Ladies and gents, that's all cool. See ya next week, and hopefully they get a better record.
Yeah, I get a win. I get a fucking victory in the win column.
We're going for 4-1, baby. 4-0-1, 4-0-1, or 4-1-0, depending on who you ask.
4-0-1, yeah. No.